So today we are gonna go ahead with Jordan Peterson's 12 more rules as far as I can remember, and we're gonna go ahead with rule number 7. Since we've started with 6 yesterday, it might be the case that we're gonna finish it up today. Depends on whether I want to or not. I probably am gonna go for no, because there is certain other things that I need to be doing today. Tomorrow is gonna be a rather, busy day, I'd say, but we are gonna see. Rule number 7. Work as hard as you can on at least one thing and see what happens. Peterson uses diamonds as a metaphor to explain the importance of working hard. When exposed to extreme heat and pressure, coal can be turned into diamonds. Diamonds become one of the hardest and most beautiful substances in the world, so place yourself under pressure by working hard and see what the outcome is. And I think this is incredibly important, physically and also mentally. Just doing something really hard once in your fucking life. Period. I think that we all should experience that, and we all should do that. Occasionally. Of course, your whole life doesn't necessarily have to be one hard and extremely mind-boggling and crushing thing, but I really believe that seeing what you're capable of doing, mentally and physically, is great. Just great. Rule number 8. Try to make one room in your home as beautiful as possible. And there is a quote: "We think we border our great paintings with luxurious, elaborate frames to glorify them, but we do it at least as much to insist to ourselves that the glory of the painting itself ends at the frame. That bounding, that bordering leaves the world we are familiar with comfortably intact and unchanged. We do not want that beauty reaching past the limitations imposed on it and disturbing everything that is familiar." Jordan Peterson. The rule builds on one of the fundamental features of Peterson's first book, 12 Rules for Life. In this first book, Peterson talks about how you must sort your own house before helping others. A practical example of this is making sure your bedroom is clean before doing anything else. Peterson believes that making one room as beautiful as possible is not merely useful for aesthetics reasons. This room can actually act as motivation. He believes that beauty shows us how the world could be, but isn't. So this room can motivate you to go into the world and create more beauty. Peterson also accepts that beauty can be scary. If we are surrounded by beauty, this can further highlight our own imperfections. That said, having just one room in your home offers a balance where you don't feel overwhelmed, but are prompted to consider ways you and the world can be improved. And there is many ways in which the world can be improved, and how I, for example, can be improved as well. I think that it is not a mystery and it is not a secret that we all have certain things that we should be working on and could be working on. I think that this is indeed something that we all should notice, and we all should know that we are far from perfect, but this is fine as well. Like, everybody isn't perfect. Nobody is perfect, but we can still achieve greatness, and we can still achieve quite a lot by not even being perfect, which is insane if you think about it. Insanely good, because you can achieve something great as well. You don't have to be perfect, period. Rule number 9. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. Memories can either upset you as a perpetrator or a victim. Either way, you should not let these memories impact your life today. The best way of addressing these emotions is to write them down carefully and in lots of detail. You will then be in a better position to address these emotions and stop them from influencing your decisions, because they shouldn't. The past is the past, and it shouldn't be hindering you in any way. Would only just make your life even worse and even more complicated, as it already is. Rule number 10. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. Most people rely on intuition and passion to maintain their relationships. These approaches will lack consistency and ultimately lead to an unhappy relationship. So, Peterson recommends identifying what you want and need from a relationship. This allows you to better communicate these ideas to your partner. You must respond with seriousness if your partner isn't communicating with you effectively. You must also avoid being naive about the beauty of love carrying your relationship. Relationships require hard work, and you should act as if all-out effort at all time is essential for the relationship's success. You should also divide the requirements of your household in a manner that you both find acceptable. So do not subject your slavery, but also do not expect your partner to do more without repercussion. I think, let alone this paragraph, is incredible. Relationships do matter such a lot. Such a lot. And we indeed need to work on them consistently, every day, and put a lot of effort into them, whether it is actually a romantic relationship or it is just a friendship, which is still a relationship. Even though, he clearly is talking about romance and or romantic relationships, which I think do take more effort, but that is fine, that is good, that is okay. Rule number 11. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. Being a human guarantees that we experience uncertainty. Nature can hurt us in painful ways. Society and individuals' act of evil can make us suffer. That said, this doesn't mean that we can't still be a good person or that society can't be improved. If you all had back our resentment, deceit, and arrogance, the world would be an infinitely better place. The best way to defend ourselves against these negative concepts is through diligence and conditional purpose. Find purpose in your life and diligently reject resent, deceit, and arrogance. I do want to look up deceit or deception, duplicity, double dealing, fraud, fraudulence, cheating. Doesn't have to be a part of life. Rule number 12, which is going to be the last rule. We often love other people despite them because of their limitations. Well, the headline is, be grateful in spite of your suffering. Peterson encourages readers to think of suffering in the same way. We can be thankful for our existence despite our suffering. But we can also be thankful for our suffering. It makes us experiences of love, happiness, and trust even more special. Being grateful for your suffering can help you discover part of the antidote to the abyss and the darkness. Final summary. Beyond Order and Peterson's first book, 12 Rules for Life, act like yin and yang. 12 Rules for Life describes the importance of order in a chaotic world, but Beyond Order highlights that a bit of chaos is essential for innovation and positive change. Although the left needs to understand that our social institutions are tried and tested, the right needs to understand that creativity and change and innovation are essential in a chaotic world. Peterson encourages us all to adopt this balance by following his 12 more rules for life. And then he or the summarizer gives you all 12 rules, and I'm going to read them, and afterwards I'm going to end the episode without saying anything, for the purpose of letting it just, finish it naturally. Do not carelessly denigrate social intuitions or creative achievement. The second, imagine who you could be and then aim single-mindedly at that. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Do not do what you hate. Abandon ideology. Work as hard as you can at least one thing and see what happens. Try to make one room in your house as beautiful as possible. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. And the last one, be grateful in spite of your suffering.